Back inside the Powell Center, visiting now with the head coach of the Tigers, Brent Vernon. A tough one here this evening, Coach, 88-82. I know we talked about the holding serve at home was very important, and this one, this will go down as kind of a heartbreaker, one that you really wanted, just couldn't find enough down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm going to say, well, down the stretch, we actually played pretty good. You know, the first 20 minutes was good. I thought we competed. The only thing I thought we really needed to fix at halftime was giving up the offensive rebounds. I think they had 8 or 9, I think 9 in the first half, and we only limited them to 3 the second half, but we got killed on the glass. And you know, the thing about rebounding is it takes absolutely no skill. You have to have heart and want to. Second half, we came out just like we did at Cumberland's, really flat for whatever reason, and it showed. And the difference was we didn't have a big lead like we did at Cumberland, so we dug ourselves a hole. And what we showed was whenever adversity hits right now, we're struggling as a team. Adversity hit second half, and I thought we came apart instead of come together. Things started going good, and you saw us come together, but your true character shows when adversity hits. It's easy to be a good teammate and to be motivated when things are good. It's harder when things are bad, but to me, that's whenever it's time to be a good teammate. And again, we have some soul searching to do right now.
You finally started to make those shots, and you made that push. You get it back down to a 1-point game. It was a 16-point margin, so they didn't give up on you, and that's probably the positive that you take out of this, I would think.
Yeah, and I don't think they ever will give up on us. I'm going to say we have guys that want to win, but again, we have to figure out the right way to compete, the right way to challenge teams. I think, you know, sometimes, it's hard to convince these guys, but I feel like they're chasing fool's gold at times. We shot the ball really well the first half. We were 7 of 12 from 3. And it was exact same thing at Cumberland, 7 of 10 from 3 at Cumberland's. And what I was talking about was you have to come in and set the tone to start the second half. And both second halves of our last 2 games, our opponent came out and set the tone, and we responded very poorly.
Andrew Smith had a big night, 20 and 12, got into a little bit of foul trouble there a bit, had to kind of watch him, but he was really a handful for this U-Pike the second time. The last couple of times he's played them, he's had some big ball games.
Yeah, I thought Andrew did pretty good. You know, it makes it a little harder whenever they throw Big Dominique in there. He's a big, strong guy. He makes him catch it a little harder, tougher off the block, a little further away. He's got to realize whenever that guy's in there, it's probably not a throw into the post and shoot on your first attempt. It's throw into the post, make a couple moves. If you can't, feed it back out and repost, because whenever you feed it back out, a lot of times post will end up resting a little bit. You might be able to get better position. And again, first half he got some good stuff, and then second half he started rushing the issue with Dominique on him because we let the lead slip away. And everybody in our team was playing a little bit selfishly. And I told him, it's not selfish of I've got to go get mine. Everybody in our team wants us to win, and it's selfish of let me go make the play to get it started. And it's hard to do that one-on-one or one-on-5. And then, again, we get some stops. Our runs happen, and it's because we're playing defense, which we didn't do early in the second half. And then we get in transition where we play our best offense.
Tonight, you held Javian De La Cruz in check to some degree. He finished with 17, which is a good number. He was limited with foul trouble in the first half, and you kind of took him away in spots. They wanted to try to get him the ball down the stretch there the last possession or so. You took him away. Parsley banged in a big one out of the corner.
Yeah, and you know, Chase, he jumped up and made some shots. He made some big ones. You know, he was one of the guys that we had to help a little bit off of. I thought Jacob's defense on that last possession, he had to because the ball was dribbled at him. We did okay on Javion, but I told our guys, he's a prolific scorer. Right. He can get a basket in a lot of different ways. He's a lot of isolation, post up. I told them, I said, he may get 15 or 20 tonight, but it has to be an inefficient. And he was 7 of 12. That's way too efficient, and again, we have to do better on that.
Well, you will now turn your attention to a Saturday date with Shawnee State in Portsmouth, and I've got to figure, you talked about it, they're all important, and you don't want to put any more on one or the other, but this was the home sandwiched in, a long kind of road trip outside of this game, and maybe does make that one on Saturday hold a little more importance. It's going to be a big ball game, as they all are.
Well, you know, you didn't want to come into this one and say it, but backs are against the wall now. They are. And again, we could lose a game or two and still find a way to get where we need to, and that's fine. But we're starting to dig ourselves a hole, and we don't want to make one so much that it's too hard to dig out of. And what we're looking for now is just a little bit of momentum. Lost 3 in a row, I think. Is that right?
Right.
And that's what we have to turn around. We haven't won yet on the road in league, and we got 3 in a row on the road. It has to start Saturday. we have to have that urgency of not backing down, and we have to make sure we come out for 40 minutes. It can't be a good 20, a lackadaisical 10, and a good 10. It has to be 40 minutes of good basketball.
Coach, tough one here tonight. We'll do it again on Saturday in Portsmouth. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Matt.
Coach Brent Vernon and the Tigers falling here this evening to the University of Pikeville, 88-82.